day 9 of a year facing fear. And today's fear is something that I've been putting off for about 20 years. And normally so I have an impacted wisdom tooth, and normally having surgery to remove an impacted wisdom tooth isn't a big deal. But in my situation, my wisdom tooth is lying sideways underneath the surface, wedged into my jaw. But there's a small, and it's well under the gum, but there's a small hole, an opening, which means that obviously stuff gets in, but you can't access the tooth. But unfortunately, the location of my tooth means that the nerve that controls the feeling in your lip, the feeling in your jaw, and the feeling in your chin actually runs really, really close to it. And so I know that I need to have surgery to remove this wisdom tooth. And I know from time to time it's painful. And if I don't get it out now, eventually I'm going to have emergency surgery, and it's going to have to come out anyway. So it's either my choice and I do it now, or things go wrong and it needs to come out. And then the likelihood that there will be damage to that nerve is greater if it's an emergency surgery. So today I went to see the oral surgeon, and I've made quite a few appointments to see this surgeon. And because I've been scared and I've been catastrophizing. Do you catastrophize? Catastrophizing about the worst case situation, that I won't be able to feel my lips and feel my chin and feel my face anymore. And I work in nonverbal communication, and so that is, that's a really scary thought for me. And so every time I've had an appointment, I've cancelled it and I've rescheduled it. But a year facing fear, I know I have to do it. Isn't it funny, the things we put off, and medical things? So many of us put off medical things. I have a long list of medical things that I'm putting off because I'm scared, because I'm imagining this worst case scenario. And so I don't go and see the doctor. And by doing that, the likelihood that eventually there will be something wrong because we've left it too late is much, much greater. So I went to see the oral surgeon, and I had a scan like a 3D scan, to really have a look at the location of the nerve in terms of where it was. And the surgeon told me that it was high risk, and because of the location of the nerve, it's a 20 to 30% chance that the nerve will be damaged and that I will lose feeling in half of the bottom side of my face. So my lip, my chin, and my jaw. And he said that it wouldn't affect the movement, so I'll still be able to, with facial expressions, it would be fine. But he compared it to, imagine you've just been to the dentist and you've had the anesthetic, and it's like that. You can't feel your face. And my brain has gone to, what? I'm going to be dribbling? Because when you go to the dentist and you've had the anesthetic, me anyway, for the next day, I can barely speak. I'm dribbling, I can't eat, or the next hour or so anyway. And so when he said that, he reassured me that that is not what he meant, and that it would just be the feeling, but that perhaps when you're at the dentist, they put a lot of anesthetic in, and that's why it is that numb that you're dribbling. But it's scary. But I'm doing it because I have to. And so I invite you as well, if you have medical things that you are putting off, please get it checked out. I know it's scary. I've been living with this fear for, I don't know, when I was 18 when I had my wisdom teeth out and I knew I had a problem, and I'm 50. So that's not 20 years, that's 30 years. I've been living with this for 30 years and not addressing it. 15th of August, I have booked in for my surgery. They're going to cut open my jaw and do what they need to do, and hopefully they won't hit the nerve. I mean, it's right there. But I'm doing it. And so sometimes we're scared of things and because we're scared of things, we avoid doing things that are really important. This isn't anywhere near as important as some of the other medical things that I know people are avoiding. But we need to face up to these things. And so I'm facing up to it, and I invite you to do the same. So if you want to follow along, please follow along with the journey. Write your experience below. If you're scared to go to the doctor and you need some moral support, let's have a conversation about it. Let's do this. If I'm doing it, you can do it too. You can also join the Facebook group, A Year Facing Fear. This guy just wants cuddles. Every time I go to do a video, he runs up to get a snuggle. Crazy. He just wants attention. And until I see you next time, my name's Katia. I'm a connection, behavior, and body language specialist and coach, and this is my year of fear. And I want to remind you that you've absolutely got this. One baby step at a time. Courage is a journey of 1,000 steps, at least for me. And that confidence muscle, every day we get up and we flex it and we face another fear and face another day. I believe in you, you've got this, and until next time, from Bobby and I,